Hi guys, Patty here. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to share with you how I recreated this witch's broom. I saw one that Shara Crane posted and it was just so beautiful. So I thought I'd give it a shot. They are easy to make but tedious, if that makes sense, just because of the stitching on each little fringe down here. But let me share with you how I created the broom part. So I started with a piece of paper that measures 12 by 1.5, and actually I think this one was a little longer. I think I did it like 1 3/4. Oh no, maybe it's 2. Maybe it was 2 inches, but I did think that it was too big. I wanted it a little shorter. So for this one I'm gonna do 1.5. Then I scored it at the 1/2 inch mark all the way down. So on this 1.5 side, I scored it at the 1/2 inch mark all the way down. And then I turned it to the 12 inch side and began to score it at every 1/4 inch until I got to 5. So what that does is give you this little pattern right here so that when you take this to your sewing machine, you can know exactly where to do that stitch that's going down on the little stems right here. So I cheated because of course I did not stitch every 1/4 inch all the way to the 12 inch mark. So I just go to 5 so that it will show the outer layer stitched and then the second layer will be stitched. But you don't really have to worry about the inner layers because they aren't visible. So that's how I did it. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch on these marks. I used black paper so that you could see what I did. I will be stitching off camera, but I will be right back to show you how I stitched down every single one of these marks. I will be right back. Okay guys, so this is what I have ended up with. I sewed in every little, what would you call it? Every little space between the lines. And I pulled the thread through so it wouldn't be all sticking out. And I tied little knots on every single one of those. It's not necessary, but for me, I think it just looks a lot nicer not to have all those little strings sticking out at the top like I did with this first one. This is the first one that I made, and it just looks better. I don't know, I just like it better like that. So it does take a while to do every single one of these, which is why I've only made 2 brooms so far. This will be my 3rd. So then what you do is you cut along every single one of those lines to create your little broom pieces. So you just go along that line and cut, go along that line and cut. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and I will be right back. Okay, so I have cut in between every single one of those little spaces. I've also cut these little pieces up here. And so now from this way on, I will use these scissors right here that I picked up from AliExpress. And so this just makes it so much easier. You just cut along like that. If you don't have these, that's okay. All you need to do is use your scissors to make these marks. This is just cutting 3 at a time, so it just makes it a little faster. And like I said, this is easy to make. It just takes a lot of time. You have to be patient with it because of all the sewing and all the cutting. but it's super easy. I mean, all you're doing is sewing and cutting. So, oh no, I think I cut too much right there. Let me cut shorter. So yeah, you want to make sure to leave a little something for it to have stability. So make sure not to cut too far up. And this inside piece isn't really going to be visible. This is just what gives the broom its shape and makes it nice and full. So I have my little stick right here that I have painted. I have my little bow right here that I have stitched and put some thread in the center of. So now what I'll do is, on the side that I cut or trimmed the little wood piece down, I will start to glue my broom. This reminds me of a tassel. You know how, like, when you're making a tassel, this is kind of what it's cut like. So I just glue that first piece on and then just keep rolling, trying to keep it as tight as possible, and adding glue in some spots. You don't have to, you know, glue down the whole thing, but it's good to add glue in some spots. So see, this really is not difficult at all. It's just time consuming. You know, you just take your time cutting and stitching and rolling. But in the end, it's so worth it because it's so cute. I also saw that Amy Franco has some brooms that she made, and instead of doing all of the stitching, she added the eyelash trim to this bottom part, so it, you know, gives the effect of all this thread. And I thought that was a great idea as well. Hers came out so cute. You need to stop by her Instagram account and check those out. And then I don't know how Shara created hers. I always say Shara and I know it's Shara. I don't know how she created hers, but this is, from seeing hers, this is what it inspired me to do. So yeah, I didn't think, I was like, there's no way I can sew you know, every single little piece of 12-inch paper, but I can certainly do 5 inches. And you probably even need less than 5 inches just to, you know, get the outer rim of the broom looking like it's stitched. But I just went with 5 inches. So if you guys figure out a shorter measurement, let me know. I would love to see what that is. So see, I'm just pulling these threads down and gluing as I go. So there you have your little chunky broom. Now you just trim these down. Let's see, I would say right there. Let me hold it on both ends. I might need to trim that down a little bit more. These scissors are getting dull because I use them to cut through adhesive, and I know better than that, but The struggle is real. Oh, this is coming off right here. Let me glue that on. So then you glue your little bow on here. And there is your little broom, guys. It's so stinking cute. Like I said, totally worth the effort. I love these so much. Shara, thank you so much for always inspiring us and pushing us to challenge ourselves. And so yeah, I hope you guys give it a try. And thank you so much for stopping by, and I will talk to you soon.